In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace be upon you, and the mercy of Allah and His blessings. Respected viewers, before sleeping at night, just recite this 3 times, and in the morning when you open your eyes, you will see your destiny changing for yourself. People say, "Is it possible that you read this and go to sleep, and in the morning a shower of wealth arrives?" Let me tell you the truth. Have you ever considered? Has it ever happened in your life that after waking up, you see prosperity everywhere, mercy everywhere, and sustenance and wealth everywhere? Perhaps you won't believe it, but this secret is only given to those fortunate ones whom Allah grants His unseen help. Today, I am going to place that treasure before you, which not only eradicates poverty at its root, but also removes illness, sorrow, hardship, and obstacles in relationships. These are not ordinary words. This is the same blessed practice that the saints, Awliya, have described, and thousands of people have transformed their lives by trying it. Imagine the effort of one night, just reciting 3 times, and after that, the morning sun will give you such a new glad tiding, a new destiny, and a brilliance of wealth that every corner of your home will be filled with blessings. No grief, no sorrow, no dependence. This secret is for those servants who truly want to change, who want the door of their fortune to open, and for unseen treasures to rain down upon them. This practice is among the methods taught by the friends of Allah, a centuries-old secret that has reached you today. Just listen to it, understand it, recite it with full conviction, and trust in Allah. When you open your eyes tomorrow, you will yourself witness how life changes. In the solemn moments of the night, when the world is asleep and the stars are shining in the sky, if a servant recites a special phrase just 3 times at such a time, then when his eyes open in the morning, it will seem as if the door of his destiny suddenly opened. You might be thinking, how is this possible? Has it ever happened in life that a single night's prayer changed one's entire fate? Perhaps you won't believe it, but remember, nothing is impossible before Allah's power. People made fun of it. They mocked it at first, but when they practiced it, those same people began asking for forgiveness with folded hands. They say, "We didn't believe it at first, but when we tried it for one night, our circumstances changed by the morning. Poverty ended, sustenance increased, the heart found peace, and those prayers that had remained unanswered for years were fulfilled." This is the phrase that is not just words, but a magnet that attracts wealth. Imagine what a scene it will be when your door opens in the morning and glad tidings enter. There will be blessings in every corner of your home. Where there was hardship, there will be an abundance of sustenance and wealth. Where there were troubles, there will be peace. And where there were sorrows, joys will settle. The saints, Awliya, state that this practice becomes a means to change a person's destiny. This simple act of one night can begin a life for you in which there will be no debt, no hunger, no restlessness. Instead, wherever you go, you will receive honor and love. And the angels of Allah will descend for you with mercies and sustenance. This secret is not an ordinary thing. It is for those servants who have sincere faith, who trust in Allah. If you also want to change your destiny, if you want the chains of poverty to break, if you want illness and sorrow to be removed from your path, then listen to this practice with full attention, and then act upon it. Remember, sometimes Allah, through a small prayer or a small regular practice, erases the deprivations of an entire life. You too try this tonight. You just have to recite it 3 times and go to sleep with faith in Allah. Then when you open your eyes in the morning, see for yourself how your world changes, how your fortune unfolds, and how wealth and mercy come to your doorstep. Dear brothers, the first practice you have to do is to recite 3 phrases, or Ya Rabbana. You have to include a specific phrase with the first practice. Listen to this first, then proceed. There is nothing else. Whatever there is right here. Ahead, only brothers and sisters will be explained the count and sequence right now. Now, let's see what you have to do. At night, you have to recite the first practice 3 times. You have to include just 1 sentence with Ya Rabba. I am telling you the first practice. Remember, you go to sleep at night. Recite it when you are completely lying down. It is very good. If you recite it after Isha prayer, that is also good. Recite it at the time of sleeping. This practice takes only 20 seconds to recite. Oh, my poor brothers and sisters, it takes 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, circumstances will change. Debt will go away, illness will go away, restrictions will go away, effects of black magic, evil eye will go away. All kinds of difficulties and troubles will end. Now, the first practice at night is Ya Rabbana, Ya Rabbana. And along with this, see, you have to recite these words with Ya Rabbana. You might have recited Ya Rabbana many times. But the sequence I am about to tell, no one would have ever told you the practice of Ya Rabbana in this sequence, nor would you have heard it. I say this as a challenge. I am ready to challenge the whole world right now. I openly challenge the entire world. If you recite this practice just for 1 night, you will give me blessings your entire life. Now, what do you have to do? First of all, understand the time. Whether you recite it after Isha or at any time at night, you are in any country of the world. You are from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, whatever your country is. As soon as the Isha prayer time occurs in your country, from after Isha until before Fajr in the morning, during the whole night, what is the first thing you have to do at any time? First and foremost, you have to sit comfortably. What do people do? They recite the practice at night. Then they get on their phones. They get involved in worldly matters. O devotees of Allah, do not do that. Do not be unjust to yourselves. It's a practice for 1 night. You have to recite it for 1 night in your entire life. First, you have to recite Ya Rabbana. Listen to the first practice. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. This is to be recited 3 times. First listen, understand, then proceed. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. That's 1 time. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. That's 2 times. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. That's 3 times. You have to recite only 3 times. But before this, listen to me. Before starting the practice, you have to recite Durood Sharif, blessings on the Prophet, once. You can recite any Durood. You can recite Durood Ibrahim. If you recite the one we recite in prayer, it is very good. If you cannot recite Durood Ibrahim, I am saying for those who cannot recite it, you can recite it. Those who cannot recite it, that person, that sister, that brother, that friend, should recite A'udhu billahi minash shaitan irrajim. Bismillah irrahman irrahim. Now, the first practice you have to recite with great attention and focus. You recited Durood Sharif once. If you don't remember, leave it for now. Recite أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And then specifically recite the first practice only 3 times. Which practice is to be recited? Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Recited 3 times. Now don't get up from where you are sitting. If you recite it while lying on the bed, that's also fine. And at night, when you are completely lying down or free from worldly engagements. That is why I wrote earlier, recite it 3 times when going to sleep and see the spectacle in the morning. Now, as soon as you have recited the first practice 3 times, whether lying down or sitting, if you recite it after Isha, while sitting, or even late at night, go to sleep as quickly as possible. Try to avoid futile activities. Recite it for 1 night, or recite it every night. And you must share this video with your poor brothers and sisters. Promise me this. I want nothing else from you, for the sake of Allah's pleasure with your poor brothers and sisters. Only for Allah's pleasure, not for me. Whoever recites it will first laugh. They will say, "Friend, how can this happen? Heaps of wealth in the morning." But in the morning, when they get wealth, they will bless you. They will hold your feet and kiss them for their entire lives. And you, for example, recited this practice tonight. Do you know what people will say in the morning? What did you recite last night? By your mother's oath, tell us. Tell us what you recited. Where did this money come from? Did you steal something? What did you do? Tell us. You will be hiding from people, hiding the wealth. Your accounts will be filled, your cupboards will be filled, but the money will never seem to end. Recite at night, money comes in the morning. Recite at night, money will come in the morning. It will come in the afternoon. It will come in the evening. It will come all your life. Recite for 1 night, money will come your entire life. Sometimes it will come from here, sometimes from there. Look, when I talk about money, people tell me, for you, money is everything. So brother, is there anything in this era without money? Tell me yourself. When you were born in a hospital without money. You didn't need money then. When you die, you will need money too. Look, everything is in Allah's hands, but we have to live in this world, so we do need money. Household expenses everywhere, rent. People are dying of hunger here. Why are they dying? They have no money. My brothers, my sisters, come to your senses. If your poverty goes away by reciting 3 times, if your destitution and poverty end just by reciting 3 times, what more could you want? Now, as soon as you have recited the first practice, while sitting in the same place, you have to include Ya Ghaniyyu in the practice as the second step. Look, you must have recited Ya Ghaniyyu thousands of times in your life. Someone says, recite it this way. Someone says, recite it that way. Your work will be done. This will happen. Look, Ya Ghaniyyu has always been recited for sustenance, wealth, financial problems, and illness. Ya Ghaniyyu is a very powerful name of Allah Almighty. Its meaning is, the one who enriches with sustenance and wealth. Now, you must have recited Ya Ghaniyyu countless times. But what is different about this? What is unique about it that makes it effective? See, today you have to recite Ya Ghaniyyu only 3 times as well. You will recite everything in 20 seconds. You will recite everything at night in 20 seconds. It doesn't take more time than this. I have been reciting it for 3 years. My night does not pass without this practice. I have become obsessed with this practice. For God's sake, my poor brothers and sisters, as soon as Isha prayer time comes in your country, you have to recite it from after Isha until before Fajr in the morning. Before Fajr. After Isha, before Fajr, at any time during the night, you people recite Durud Sharif once. Recite anyone. Then recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan Ir-Rajim. Bismillah Ir-Rahman Ir-Rahim. And then, on your right hand, Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Recited 3 times. Now, while sitting in the same place, you have to recite Ya Ghaniyyu with a specific sentence only 3 times. You have to recite only 3 times. When this entire practice is complete, sitting in one place, then you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, as soon as you open your eyes, you will say, "This person was telling the truth. We have indeed started receiving help." Now look, I told a brother about our practice 2 days ago. He found 15,000 rupees under his pillow. See, this is Allah's help. Whoever doesn't believe, let them not. I told a brother about this practice last week. A person came to his house and gave him 1.5 lakh rupees and left. And it turned out he was a distant relative of this brother. Upon waking in the morning, thousands and millions of such incidents exist, meaning I have yet to come across a single person for whom it didn't work. If someone is sick, the illness goes away in the morning. If there is debt, the debt is forgiven in the morning. Recite the practice at night. Go to the shop. Lines of customers come. Meaning, life begins to fill with joys. No difficulty or trouble of life remains. The childless are granted children. Restrictions in relationships end by the morning. Meaning, this practice is such that anyone recites it for one night. See, you will become obsessed with it. You will say, "When will night come again? When will Isha prayer be? So that I can recite this practice again." You will recite it one night, and upon waking in the morning, you will see wonders. You will recite it a second night. You will see greater wonders. You will recite it a third night. You will see even greater wonders. This is the miracle of this practice. Don't believe my words. Recite it 3 times. Try it. And then tell me whether my practice was true or not. Now, you see the first practice. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. As soon as you recite it 3 times, now, while sitting in the same place, O devotees of Allah, while sitting in the same place, you have to include the powerful second practice. You have to recite Ya Ghaniyyu. It has to be recited 3 times. How to recite? Along with Ya Ghaniyyu, you have to include the phrase Al-Madad, the help, and you have to recite it only 3 times. How will you recite? Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. That's 1 time. Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. That's 2 times. Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. That's 3 times. How much time did it take? The first practice is also recited. The second practice is also recited while sitting. Now listen to the third. Now see, the third practice is Ya Muhammad, which is the personal name of the Holy Prophet. And immediately after this, I am about to tell you a secret regarding the final tasbih after Surah Al-Kawthar. I say that after today, those who tell you that your poverty and destitution will never end, it will end in one night. Those who sit making a spectacle of your poverty and misery, who mock you saying you will never progress, you will keep wandering from door to door. Now you have recited 2 practices. First, you have to recite Ya Muhammad. After this, there are 2 more practices. You will recite all this in just 20 seconds, Insha'Allah. Dear brothers, now first understand the 3rd practice. After reciting 2 practices, after Durood Sharif, Ya Rabbana, fill my lap, and Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad, 3 times as explained. Now, in this powerful night practice, by reciting which, by Allah's command, not millions, but billions are obtained. By the command of my pure Lord, you have to recite the practice of Ya Muhammad as the 3rd step, silently, peacefully, not like this. No haste. Haste will not work for you today. Today you will have to recite according to my method. See, do not do as you please. It is just a matter of reciting 3 times and the question of wealth for a lifetime. The difficulties of life removed. If you have spent your entire life in difficulties and troubles, then recite 3 times tonight and witness the unseen rain of wealth with your own eyes upon waking in the morning. If your poverty is not removed upon waking in the morning, then tell me. O devotees of Allah, now as the 3rd step, you have to include the practice of Ya Muhammad while sitting in the same place. What do you have to recite with Ya Muhammad? See, before Ya Muhammad, you have to recite Ya Allah. This is the personal name of Allah Almighty, which encompasses all His names. Ya Rahmanu, the most gracious. Ya Rahamu, the most merciful. Ya Karimu, the most generous. Ya Ghafaru, the oft forgiving. When you review all these practices, you will understand. You will say, this practice will work. You will be compelled to admit it yourself. After witnessing the miracles in the morning, you will definitely admit it. When you people review this practice after reciting it, you will say, this practice truly works. Within it, each practice is an ocean of wealth. This practice works 100%. This is the miracle of this practice. Every 2, 4, 6 days, whenever a person comes to me in distress and trouble, I give him this practice. That person blesses me. Upon waking in the morning, with laps full of blessings, he says, this practice works 100%. Dear brothers, my sisters, recite it first. See, after reciting 2 practices, now you have to recite Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad combined. How to recite Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad. That's 1 time. Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad. That's 2 times. Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad. That's 3 times. O devotees of Allah, this practice you recited at the end, Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad, you have to recite this only 7 times. The first practice 3 times, the second 3 times, and the third, that is, Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad, both combined, recited together 7 times. With calmness and tranquility, I have told you 3 practices. You will recite all 3 practices. It will take you barely 15 seconds. Now, what do you recite next? See, only a few more seconds of practices remain, meaning you will recite this practice in 2 or 4 seconds, or it might take 2, 5, 10 seconds at most. All right. Now, understand this small practice, a very easy practice, as easy as for children. Now you have to recite it. See, every child recites Surah Al-Kawthar. Every child recites it in every prayer. Now you will say, brother, we have recited Surah Al-Kawthar before too. We didn't benefit. See, my friends, have you recited Surah Al-Kawthar along with these practices? Have you ever recited Surah Al-Kawthar after these 3 practices I mentioned? And what I will tell you next, Have you ever recited that? No one will tell you, because these are the secrets of the hearts. These are practices worth not hundreds of thousands, but millions. No one will tell you this practice. See, the authority belongs to the Lord. We ask from the Lord. So who am I to hide the secrets of the heart? Who am I to hide this special secret from my brothers and sisters? For God's sake, my poor brothers and sisters, recite it just 3 times and witness the miracle. Now, you recited Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad combined. Before this, you had recited Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. You recited Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. All 3 practices, meaning you also recited Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. You also recited Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. Now, as soon as you recited Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad, combined 7 times, with calmness and tranquility. Now see, first you have to recite Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim only once. Recite Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim with calmness and tranquility. Don't hurry. Recite Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Now you have to recite Surah Al-Kawthar. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Inna a'taynaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. See, dear brothers, what you do is you make mistakes in Surah Al-Kawthar. Anyway, you will recite Surah Al-Kawthar and get benefits. But in this practice, you have to recite it calmly. Recite Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim once and recite the complete Surah Al-Kawthar calmly. Recite Surah Al-Kawthar once. Now, see, the practice is about to be completed. Right at the end, you have to recite La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. See, if you realize the miracles and wonders of the first Kalimah, declaration of faith, at night when going to sleep, the person who recites the first Kalimah at night while sleeping transforms from a beggar into a king. Your final practice remains. Now, after reciting the first Kalimah, you have to listen to the final practice before finishing. See, these are small things. These are small practices. I recite this entire 20-second practice every night. When I go to sleep at night, I recite Durud Sharif. Then immediately, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. And then, Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Ya Rabbana, fill my lap. Recited. Then, Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad. See how it flows on my tongue. I have been reciting it for 3 years. My brothers, my sisters, it's no joke. Then as soon as I recite Ya Ghaniyyu Al-Madad, then I immediately recite Ya Allahu Ya Muhammad. 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 That is, I recite this practice 7 times. Then immediately, Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Inna a'taynaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. I recite Surah Al-Kawthar only once in this practice. Remember, only once. Now, as soon as I recite Surah Al-Kawthar, what do? La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's 1 time. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's 2 times. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's 3 times. O devotees of Allah, reciting the first Kalimah 3 times is the final practice of this practice. These are the final moments. For God's sake, listen to what you have to recite at the very end. Now, you have to recite 2 great names of Allah Almighty only 3 times. Only 3 times. You must have recited these names many times in your life. Millions of times. Thousands of times. But in this practice, the Sultan of the Night practices. Recite them 3 times to complete this practice. See, these 2 practices, which are to be recited combined at the very end, are the greatest treasure of this practice. Meaning, you have to recite all these things together. If any practices count or sequence is missed, or you change the order in between, or if you feel, see what I do. I recite this practice 3 or 4 times at night. I recite it after Isha prayer. I recite it after eating dinner. I recite it at bedtime. If I get a moment or 2 in between, I recite it. What happens? If even a mistake occurs once or twice, it only takes 20 seconds. Even if you recite it 3 or 4 times separately, dear brothers, it won't even take a minute. The power of this practice is, brother, if you recite it correctly, the miracle will happen instantly. So now, you have recited everything. As soon as you recite the first kalima 3 times with calmness and tranquility, then at the very end, you have to recite 2 names of Allah Almighty, Ya Wahhabu, the bestower, and Ya Karimu, the generous, combined together. Ya Wahhabu Ya Karimu, Ya Wahhabu Ya Karimu, Ya Wahhabu Ya Karimu. Recited combined, that's 1 time. Recited combined, that's 2 times. Recited combined, that's 3 times. Like this, 3 times. O devotees of Allah, after reciting this practice, first you have to recite Durud Sharif at the end, the same Durud Sharif that you recited at the beginning of the practice. Now, what do you have to do? Before sleeping at night, whatever difficulties you have, whatever troubles you have, as soon as you recite this practice, recite Durud Sharif at the end. Without speaking to anyone, first, you have to make supplications, dua. Whatever your needs are, whether you are sick, troubled, childless, need wealth, want a job, have a marriage issue, anything, recite it and go to sleep. Insha'Allah, as soon as you wake up in the morning, your boat will cross the river. Please like, share, and definitely write your name in the comments. Take good care of yourselves. Please remember me in your prayers. We will meet again, dear ones, with another new spiritual practice. Until then, God Hafiz. Peace be upon you, and the mercy of Allah and His blessings. May Allah reward you.